Well, here is my brand new 2024 Ford F-450 Lariat Ultimate. It's got the high output 6.7 liter Power Stroke in it and the FX4 package, I guess. So I think it's got a skid plate or some little, maybe some different shocks or something like that. So I didn't order this truck or anything. I haven't even really talked about getting a new work truck to you guys very much. It's kind of something I've been thinking about bouncing around. And then last week I was up in Springfield running by to get some fabric and heading by my dealer, and they had one of these. So I stopped and looked at it, and it was actually sold by the time I got there. So, and for those of you who don't look into these too much or not, these trucks are getting extremely hard to find right now. So came back home, and Miss Elite actually found this one online. It was down in Houston, Texas. So it's got I bought it with 17 miles. I think it's got 25 on it now. We've been driving around a little bit, but yeah, apparently the F-450s and I think some of the 350s are just getting a little tougher to find. So that was kind of the only reason I pulled the trigger on this one when I did. So it is the carbonized gray is the color. The interior is black onyx, and yeah, this is a fancy truck. This is actually my first ever brand new vehicle I've ever bought. So yeah, I had to wait till I was 42 years old to be able to get one. So everything else has been pre-owned or used or what. So I'd been looking at some used ones, but the prices of them were still pretty high and not too far off what you pay for a new one. So there's a bunch on Marketplace that were anywhere between a 2017 and like a 23 that you could get either between 30 and a 70 or 100,000 miles, and they were still 75 to 85,000. So this one new, you got warranty, your interest rate's a little bit better, and it's got no miles on it. So now I'm just a little I don't know, a little nervous to use it for work. It's way too nice of a work truck, I think, but it's got a ton of features. You got the power sideboards, which I'm still having to get used to on there, but it's also pretty nice. And then, like I said, the one up in Springfield, they had kind of this real ugly tan on the seats that I did not like. So they call this one like a black onyx. So it's got black with some, I don't know, I guess you'd stainless or kind of some marbled looking stuff here that's pretty nice. But and this thing has got more features on it than I will probably ever use. So I think that's part of what I'm going to do today, is just get in here and try to figure it out, because it's got heated and cooled seats. The steering wheel's got a heater on it. I think you can control everything from the steering wheel. Yeah, navigation, Bluetooth, the Apple Play, I mean everything. So it's yeah, fully loaded. So yeah, going from a 2008 to a 2024 is they're gonna have a lot of differences. So, and I think the rear seats are even heated, I believe, and then it's got a little storage bin underneath here, so I think that's for your jack. I am gonna order me some what am I doing? Okay, pull that. Like I said, I don't know anything to do with it. Some weather, I think they're WeatherTech floor mats is what I've got in my other truck. So they're like a big rubber floor mat that I can put in here and have a little lip on it. So if I spill anything. Oh, another cool thing, it's got like where you can charge your phone, but it's also got these like a 120 plug-in stuff right there, and then like I guess your cigarette lighter deal. So yeah, extremely nice. So it's I don't know, like I said, I've never had a new vehicle, so to have one this nice and clean, it's gonna be a little hard to work in it and stuff. They made a silver that I was thinking of, but I really like this gray color, so that's why I was glad we found that one. I knew I didn't want a white one. I've kind of gotten away from those, where I wanted either the gray or the silver. I thought about black, but you can't keep those clean whatsoever. So I bought it with the intent of taking the bed off and putting a either like a North Star or like a CM service bed. I actually talked to Let's Dig, because I've basically got, I think his truck's the exact same color as well. So he went with a North Star service bed, but he told me to look into the CM beds because his the toolbox that he's got right here, if you look in the video, they actually, like, the lid is actually kind of sits on top, and he said water can get in there, where the CM, the top of the lid is actually over there where it doesn't let water get in. So I may look at those. But I've also talked to a few guys that I found in town that have like the CM beds, and they had a lot of rust like around the fender wells and some of the backs. I don't know if that's a common problem with them or not, because my plan was, if whichever service body I got, I wanted to paint it to match the truck. I thought about doing a black one, but then that was my next thought, was maybe painting to match. So an aluminum bed may be the way to go, but I don't know how. I'm sure you can maybe paint those. I don't know. You may have to powder coat them or something. I'd have to look into all that. But the issue I'm having now is I really like how it looks with the bed on there. So I don't know if I can bring myself to putting a service body on it. I may just run it like this for a little while, and then, you know, a year or two down the road, take it off and see. But and you guys know me, I can't leave anything alone. I've already taken the mud flaps off because those kind of drove me nuts. But I am planning on putting a 2-inch leveling kit on the front, and then I think I'm going to put 37-inch tires with 22-inch wheels on it. So I've seen a couple of them, and they look really, really sharp. So yeah, I'm trying my best to keep this somewhat practical for work, but I'm also one of those that's really bad about, if things look better and they're a little harder to work out of, I will do that any day. So yeah, some friends of mine have it's like a diesel performance shop here in town, and they do a ton of power stroke stuff. So I'm gonna get with them hopefully in another week or two, and we'll probably look at doing the leveling kit, and then, like I said, the wheels and tires and stuff. So, and because the whole leveling kit, they actually, the one I'm looking at getting, they replace, it's just got longer coil springs. They make one that's got a spacer, but I've not heard great things about those. So I'm just going to get one just to keep the ride, because this thing, it's amazing how smooth this truck rides and quiet it is. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hasn't quite hit me yet that I've got a brand new truck. So I already got my talk plate on there, of course, but then I think yeah, that's the crazy thing. I guess it could be handy, and I can even do that off the key fob, but the tailgate goes down, and then it's already set up for the gooseneck hitch. It's even got the trailer plugs and stuff right here. Because the ball, I haven't put it in yet. It's oh, they had it on the little like case or whatever in the back seat. I do need to get the bed Line-X, so I don't know. I was kind of surprised it didn't come that way, but it may be something that the dealer has to do. Maybe they don't come that way from the factory. So I'm gonna go. I got a guy here in town locally that does that, so I'm gonna take it by there probably tomorrow, have him look at that and see when he can get it scheduled, because I don't want to, even if I get rid of the bed, I really don't want to just start throwing stuff in the back and scratching it up. It'd be better just to put the Line-X stuff or the lino spray in liner in there, and then that way if I do sell it, it's already done. So because I'm planning on moving my fuel tank in the front of the truck, and then I'm really thinking, a friend of mine up in Maine sent me a link. It's like I guess you call it like a slide-in toolbox. It just stops here at the end and goes all the way. I think it's like 4.5 feet and about 9 or 13 inches tall, and like it just pulls out in a big drawer, and there's dividers. I'm really thinking about getting that. Then I can kind of keep everything contained in the bed, and then you don't have to have, you know, these big massive toolboxes and stuff. I don't carry a ton of stuff with me. I usually got my grease gun, my laser, my Sawzall, and like the drill or the impact, and then some basic like socket sets and wrenches and stuff like that. So I don't really have to have a ton of space. So that's why at first the service body, I wasn't sure, just because I don't carry that much stuff, but I was going to get some more tools and just have some other things just to keep on the truck all the time. So, but yeah, that's the plan. Oh, I think a lot of the new Fords have this, which is kind of weird to me, but I guess it's handy. And then I think this thing, yeah, So you can, which I guess I would use more often than I think I would be able to climb in there. Yeah, it's kind of something neat and different. I just, something I wouldn't be used to. Yeah, and you just gotta push that up by hand. So I already got the big receiver hitch. So I still got that old felling trailer. I sold my little 14,000 pound trailer to a friend of mine, but I may be able to use that tandem axle deck over felling that I used to pull behind the International. I think this thing will pull that just fine, and then I can haul the 260 or the skid steer on there is my plan. So because some of these jobs I get where I do like these little frost footings and such for the concrete guy, the Peterbilt's a little overkill and hard to get in there, so it'd be nice to have this where you could throw a little trailer behind it and just pull, like I said, the skid or the 260 to get around. So that was kind of my idea also with this, because there's a lot of times I don't really need the Peterbilt on some of these jobs, but it's what I use to pull my equipment around. So now this should do a much better job than the Duramax. It's kind of a neat feature here where you can so if I got the fuel tank here and I need to, you can just kind of step on the side of there and you're not climbing over the bed. Oh yeah, I still got to take, that was what the front mud flaps look like, so I got the other side off, but I just don't I don't think I can leave those. So but yeah, this is the new work truck. So it's kind of hard to call it a work truck when it's as nice as it is, but hopefully the next couple weeks it'll get changed a little bit. I'm supposed to go Tuesday and get the windows tinted a little bit darker, and I mean, you can tell they're slightly tinted from the factory, but I'll have them blacked out by the time I get them done. So, and yeah, it doesn't have a key with it. It's just got one of these little key fobs. I think it does have remote start, maybe. Okay, I think you got to lock it first. Yeah. That's crazy. And then when you hit the unlock button, if it's locked, it automatically kicks the steps out for you. But it's crazy how quiet these things are. But I know they've changed the valve train and everything like that. And then another thing that kind of surprised me was oh, that's it, kills it when you open the hood. Is how packed in this engine is, and half of it's underneath the dash and the firewall. But yeah, I do like it that the batteries seem like they're a little easier to get to or whatever. So, but yeah, this thing is crammed in there, and lots of electronics. So yeah. And I was also I was just opening the hood last night and trying to look in the book, and it amazes me, which I think they want you to take it to the dealer, but like there's 3 pages in the whole book for maintenance, and all it does is just show an overview of the engine bay. It doesn't even tell you how much oil it holds, or, I mean, I can, you know, on there I think it calls for what, the 1030, and I'm sure it'll take a full synthetic, but it just seemed like before they'd always kind of tell you, like, you know, it holds 12 or 14 quarts and it takes this kind of oil and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they've kind of got them wrote up or designed now where you can just, they're just hoping you'll just take it back to the dealer, I'm guessing. Get in here, and it's a little windy, so yeah, so you got the push button thing, which is what my Aaron's Yukon has, so I've somewhat used to that. But then it's got, I don't know how well it puts the camera, it's got like a heads up display, so when you're driving it gives you the time, what the speed you're going, the speed limit, and the temperature. So that's kind of neat. So it kind of threw me off at first because it's just kind of projected out there on the screen. Then like I said, I have not messed with hardly any of this stuff. I do know that whenever there's more people in here, because Aaron and Gavin were in here last night, and so then all the seats light up, and then I can do this one, they're red until you put your seat belt on. and it gives you a check mark and turns green and stuff. So yeah, it's got the driving modes, the 4-wheel drive, the trailer stuff, and then over here's, yeah, the heated steering wheel, heated seats, cooled seats. Yeah, and then another one of the 120 deals, and then the 12-volt thing. I don't know what that does. No, opens up a little compartment there. Yeah, then it's got a deal. You can lay your phone on there and it just charges it just laying on there, and more USB hookups. So pretty cool. And got a lot of space in the center console. Probably need to keep that, I guess. It expires in April. That's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty fancy. And then I think that's for the garage door opener. I don't really have a clue what any of those are for. Sunglasses. So yeah, it is way fancier than the truck I had before, so, and extremely nice. So that may be what I do today, is just try to figure out, I mean, you got your, crazy, like an iPad or whatever in here. Yeah, it's got the Apple Play, Android, Pandora. That's a huge screen too. So yeah, it's pretty fancy. Yeah, and supposedly you can do, I don't know. I need to spend a little time playing with it, because I have no idea. Like some of this stuff I know, like it changes the songs and different things like that on there, and then I get, you know, what it does. Huh, yeah, you can switch all that. So yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to get, I need to familiarize myself with more of this. But yeah, so this is the new work truck, so you'll be seeing this more and more in videos. I posted it on my Instagram. A lot of people were surprised that I went from a GM over to a Ford, but I actually used to have a 2001 F-250 7.3 Super Duty, and it actually got destroyed in the tornado, and then that was in 2011, and that's why I ended up with the Duramax, because the 6.0s were like the big thing at the time, and my dad had one. We always had trouble and stuff with it, so I really didn't want a 6.0. The Duramax had been out for quite a while, so that's why I got, and that truck has been great. I mean, I've really not had any issues at all with that. It's got like 200,000 miles on it, so. And it wasn't really that I had to get rid of it to get something new. It was just, it was kind of, the more, my business has changed a little bit, so now I leave the machines on the job. I got the bigger machines, so I need something with the fuel tank. It was slightly annoying, that thing's got a 6-inch lift and 35s, which I know earlier I said I'm gonna put 37s on this one, but with the running boards and the way this truck sets, I don't think it's gonna be quite as tall. It just looks bigger and stuff, so that's why I got that one. But I'm not really a huge fan of the newer, like, Chevrolets. The GMs look a little better than the new Chevys, but I just like the look of these F-450s. They just look tough, and I don't know, they just have like the best looking body and stuff like that to them. And I've got some friends that have them, and they say they are almost better now with the 6.7s than the Duramax. So I don't know, but yeah, so now I'm, after 13 years of driving that one, I've back to the Ford, so I'm kind of excited to have this one, and yeah, be anxious to start getting it kind of set up. Like I said, it's not going to be probably much different than what it looks right now. I'm going to put, like I said, my fuel tank in the back. I probably want to get this thing kind of, you know, right now I got to go get the tags put on it, and then I'll get the bed liner and all that stuff. So I'll keep the Duramax, so I need to use it so I can have the fuel tank in it. I'll get this one set up, and then I'll probably either sell the Duramax, or my son's almost 16, but he doesn't care to drive that truck. He would really like a 4-door Jeep, so we may even look into trading it in and getting him one of those 4-door Jeeps. But I don't see any point in really keeping it, because it's not as capable of like towing and stuff, or that's what this one is. So. But yeah, I guess that's all I can really think of. It's just kind of a short little video showcasing the new truck. So if I come across anything else with it, I'll probably show you guys, or like I said, maybe over the next couple months, when I do little things to it, I'll try to throw it up in a video and stuff here and there. But yes, this will be the new Elite Earthworks work truck. So, and I'm excited. Bad part about it is it does take DEF. So, and they don't offer any kind of tuner or anything like that yet. This truck's too new for that. But I don't know, because the motor and transmission has got a 5-year 100,000-mile warranty. So I would like to delete it just so I don't have to mess with DEF, but I think I'm just going to leave it for now, just so I don't do anything with the warranty. Because you know what I'm always saying, how in this day and age they don't make things to last like they used to. So the last thing I want to do is go and delete a brand new truck, and then in 20,000 miles I got some sort of issue where I need warranty done to it with some sensor or something, and I voided it. So I'll probably just leave it be for now, stock wise. I mean, it's got plenty of power. This thing it's crazy how quick it is for how heavy it is. It does have a 10-speed transmission too. I keep thinking of things to tell you guys when I'm walking around here. But yeah, I think they switched over from maybe 18 or 20. It had like a six speed, I think. But yeah, now it's got a 10-speed transmission. It does have 430 gears in the rear end with the limited slip. So it is geared extremely low, but I guess with that 10 speed, and it seems like it shifts all the time, but you can't tell really when it does. But I think it's definitely going to have some pulling power and some good takeoff when I need it. So, and it's just crazy how quiet it is too. But I don't have any kind of exhaust or anything on it. I have been looking at I think it's Banks, and then that MSRP makes a DPF back exhaust system. So I think it's basically just like a tailpipe or whatever. I may end up putting that on there, because I don't know, the two tips sticking out, they don't look bad or whatever, but I may they make one bigger, like 6-inch black pipe that sticks out there. I may look into doing that. So, but it has got a massive DPF and muffler on there, which is part of the reason you can't hear it even when you take off. So I am extremely pleased with this and looking forward to running it every day and using it and kind of getting it set up. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the little video, and like I said, once I get it tinted and stuff, I'll just try to keep everybody updated as to how it's coming along. But yeah, be ready to see this in some future videos.